The playing of cricket in Surrey has ancient origins, and the archives at Surrey History Centre are a rich source for the history of the game. The earliest nationally documented reference to cricket can be found in the Guildford Court records on the 17th of January 1598, when John Derrick of Guildford, one of the Surrey coroners, aged 59, made a statement concerning a piece of land in the parish of Holy Trinity, on which he, a scholar at the Free School of Guildford, and his friends, did run and play there at cricket and other plays, presumably in about 1550. The courts of the Manor of Wanborough, a village a few miles from Guildford, refer to an affray in 1613 involving a stick known as a cricket staff. As time went on, the playing of cricket became more organised, and the first laws of the game were drafted in 1744. Village teams began to play each other, as well as teams unofficially representing counties. On the 6th, 7th and 8th of October 1778, dates that would now be thought well outside the main playing season, 11 gentlemen cricketers of Surrey played 11 of Hampshire at Chertsey for a 100 guineas prize, a contest which Surrey won easily. Matters did not always go smoothly, as cases at the Surrey Quarter Sessions, the criminal court of the 18th century, show. In 1760, William Searle of Guildford, apprentice, and Berkeley Gardner, also of Guildford, were accused of Sabbath breaking by playing at cricket on the Lord's Day, that is to say Sunday, at Worplesdon. The following year, George Strudwick of Puttenham, a bricklayer, was accused of violently assaulting and throwing a quart stone mug at Richard Goddard of Bramley, a labourer, at John Smith's public house in Puttenham. Goddard complained that Strudwick bore him malice on account of a cricket match the previous summer. In 1822, Samuel Gibbs of Hazelmere accused James Stacey of stealing a cricket bat belonging to him. Other documents in the archives contain early references to cricket. A pub in Reigate called the Bats and Balls was the property of William Mugridge of Reigate in his will of 1805, suggesting that the game was becoming a familiar and widespread part of the summer social scene. A title deed of land at Bagshot in 1814 mentions a cricket ground, and a flyer of 1827 advertises a match between 11 gentlemen of the Chertsey Club and 11 of the parish of Egham on Englefield Green on the 13th of August, and declares that from the well-known skill of the competitors much sport may be expected. Dinner was to be provided at 3 o'clock at the Barley Mow Inn. The sale particulars of the Manor of Bletchingley in 1835 include mention of a cricket ground. Some village clubs have a long-established history. The Thames Ditton Club dates from 1833, when they played Twickenham Cricket Club on their ground at Giggs Hill Green. However, cricket was played in Thames Ditton well before then. The Courier newspaper of 16th of August 1800 in the club archives contains an article on a match played on Ditton Marsh on the 7th of August in the then popular single-wicket contests between 3 gentlemen of Ditton against 2 gentlemen of Richmond and 1 from Brentford. In 2020, Surrey County Cricket Club marked 175 years since its foundation in 1845. The first minute book of the club contains a report from the Sunday Times of 31st of August that after a match at the Oval in Kennington between the gentlemen and players of Surrey, everyone went to the nearby Horns Tavern, where after dinner it was resolved amidst universal cheering that a Surrey club be formed. The Oval Cricket Ground was leased from the Duchy of Cornwall Estates, and this has remained the club's headquarters ever since. The 19th century minute books detail the organisation of the club and the playing of cricket, but also highlight use of the Oval for cycling, athletics and football, including FA Cup matches, the first final of which was played there in 1872. The club was also involved in Kennington Life. In November 1875, the annual donation of 5 guineas to the local soup kitchen was made. The Oval was the site of the first Test match between England and Australia on English soil in 1880, and after the match in 1882, which Australia won by 7 runs, the Sporting Times printed an obituary notice for English cricket, which led to the creation of the Ashes Trophy. The club's archives held at Surrey History Centre contained scorebooks from a number of years, including the famous Test match against Australia in 1948, in which the great Australian Donald Bradman was dismissed for naught when only needing 4 runs to average 100 in all Test matches. One of his main adversaries was the Surrey and England bowler and Woking resident Alec Bedser, who dismissed Bradman several times in matches. Bedser struck up a warm friendship with the legendary Australian, which endured until Bradman's death. Bedser's papers held at Surrey History Centre include a signed photograph of Bradman and a letter of 1947 from Bradman offering advice to Bedser on his bowling. Bradman wrote, "Nobody knows better than I do the great burden of work you carried on the Australian tour of 1946 to 1947. It did seem to me that the best ball you bowled was the one which went away to the slips off the pitch, and if you could reproduce, for instance, the one with which you bowled me in Adelaide, then you would not have to worry about any others. Very good wishes and the best of good luck in England next summer." Alec Bedser was a highly successful fast-medium bowler for England for a number of years, and in the series against Australia and England in 1953, in which England regained the Ashes after a gap of 19 years, he took 14 Australian wickets in the match at Nottingham. Alec and his identical twin brother Eric played a large part in making Surrey County Cricket Club one of the most successful English clubs, notably winning the county championship every year from 1952 to 1958. Alec and Eric were born on the 4th of July 1918, and the family home was in Woking, where Alec lived until his death in 2010, aged 91. Self-taught on Horsell Common, they joined Surrey County Cricket Club aged 19. Alec later became chairman of the Test Selectors, England manager and president of the Surrey County Cricket Club. In 1997, a knighthood followed an OBE and CBE. Eric, a fine all-rounder, also served as president of the club in 1990. The Bedser twins had a strong affinity which they found hard to explain. They would wear identical clothes even when apart, could finish each other's sentences, and were never happy when separated. Statues of the Bedsers by sculptor Alan Sly can be found overlooking the Basingstoke Canal in Woking, testament to their part in Surrey's great cricket heritage.